Good morning, everyone, and thank you for choosing Market Briefing, market analysis, and financial news. Every day, our goal is to provide you with a thorough and knowledgeable analysis of the most relevant financial news to help you navigate the complex economic landscape. Let's begin our daily review. Financial news, August 25, 2023. Stocks on the rise ahead of Powell's speech. U.S. futures and European stocks are showing modest gains today as investors eagerly anticipate Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell's speech at Jackson Hole. Contracts on the S&P 500 have risen by 0.3%, offering some relief to equities following Thursday's declines. In Europe, the Stoxx 600 is extending its first weekly advance in 4 weeks, with commodity shares leading the gains as both oil and iron ore prices climb. This week has seen equities struggling for direction, with strong gains one day followed by erasures the next. Investor focus has shifted between Nvidia Corporation earnings and the outlook for interest rates. Futures on the Nasdaq 100 are holding steady today after the tech-heavy index experienced a more than 2% drop yesterday. Treasury yields have ticked higher, particularly on 2-year notes, which are more responsive to immediate policy shifts and are currently holding above 5%. Carlos von Hardenberg, a portfolio manager at Mobius Capital Partners, noted, "There could be another phase of uncertainty, and a broad-based sell-off is possible depending on the magnitude of the hawkishness at Jackson Hole." He emphasized the market's differentiation between companies poised for robust earnings growth in the near and medium term. Powell's speech, scheduled for 10:05 a.m. Washington time, is expected to outline how officials will assess the need for rate increases and when they might consider implementing rate cuts. Higher interest rates are casting a shadow over the tech sector, as Bank of America Corporation strategists suggest. Even a strong sales forecast from Nvidia on Thursday couldn't prevent a slump in the Nasdaq 100, coinciding with the rise in bond yields. Elsewhere, China has further eased its mortgage policies in a bid to support its economy. However, the initial boost to mainland stocks from this news was short-lived. In the commodities sector, iron ore is poised for its most significant weekly gain since June, anticipating China's traditional peak construction season next month. Meanwhile, oil is trimming its weekly losses. Before proceeding with our analysis, we would like to remind you that your support is very important to us. If you enjoy this video and find our content helpful and engaging, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to our channel. This helps us grow and provide you with even more quality content. Now, let's get back to the news on the financial markets and the latest updates. Bitcoin holds steady ahead of Powell and Lagarde speeches. In the world of cryptocurrencies, all eyes are on Bitcoin as it clings to the $26,000 level. Investors are holding their breath in anticipation of a highly awaited speech by U.S. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell at Jackson Hole. Also, in attendance is European Central Bank President Christine Lagarde, who is scheduled to speak later in the day. This event has garnered immense attention, as investors are eagerly seeking signals about the future of monetary policy. However, experts from Bank of America have set modest expectations for this year's Jackson Hole gathering, suggesting that strong policy signals are unlikely to emerge. As a result of this uncertainty, both Bitcoin and Ether are trading lower in the lead-up to the event, with Bitcoin seeing a 1.5% decrease, and Ether experiencing a 1% decline over the past 24 hours. The broader altcoin market is also in the red, with Lido DAO's LDO token taking the biggest hit, plunging by 6% in daily trading. Binance's Liquidity Boost initiative. Moving on to traditional cryptocurrency exchanges, Binance, the world's largest crypto exchange in terms of trading volume, has initiated contact with several crypto projects featuring low liquidity tokens. Binance frames this as an effort to enhance their liquidity protection. Over the past week, Binance's team has reached out to a select number of projects whose digital assets are listed on their platform. This outreach is part of their ongoing risk management strategy. The projects under scrutiny typically have trading pairs with relatively lower market liquidity and/or possess a smaller market capitalization, which could expose users to potential risks, including market manipulation. According to reports, Binance has requested information about these projects' market makers and has proposed the possibility of these projects contributing up to 5% of their circulating tokens to Binance's saving pools in exchange for interest. These developments have surfaced in unverified screenshots circulating on various social media platforms. nCOP Finance introduces Colombian peso peg token. In the stablecoin sector, nCOP Finance has made significant strides by launching a Colombian peso peg token named nCOP on the Polygon network. This announcement comes through a press release issued by the company. The nCOP token is backed by an over-collateralized reserve of assets, providing individuals and businesses with the ability to transfer, pay, earn, and save money using blockchain technology. This move by nCOP Finance aligns with the growing demand for stablecoins, particularly in emerging regions with fragile financial systems, such as Latin America and Turkey. Stablecoins are increasingly being used for remittances and as a means to store value. According to a report by crypto research firm Chainalysis, Colombia is a significant recipient of remittances in Latin America, with nearly $10 billion flowing into the country. Agustin Licera, CEO of nCOP Finance, remarked, nCOP Finance aims to provide a new possibility for people to send and receive nCOP as remittances and receive a yield on it. Key events this week. U.S. University of Michigan Consumer Sentiment, Friday. Fed Chair Jerome Powell, ECB President Christine Lagarde to address Jackson Hole Conference, Friday. Some of the main moves in markets. Stocks. S&P 500 futures rose 0.3% as of 7:05 a.m. New York time. Nasdaq 100 futures rose 0.1%. Futures on the Dow Jones Industrial Average rose 0.3%. The Stoxx Europe 600 rose 0.5%. The MSCI World Index fell 0.2%. Currencies. The Bloomberg Dollar Spot Index was little changed. The euro was little changed at $1.0808. The British pound rose 0.1% to $1.2616. The Japanese yen was little changed at 145.95 per dollar. Cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin rose 0.3% to $26,102.31. Ether rose 0.3% to $1,653.39. Bonds. The yield on 10-year treasuries advanced 1 basis point to 4.25%. Germany's 10-year yield advanced 5 basis points to 2.56%. Britain's 10-year yield advanced 3 basis points to 4.46%. Commodities. West Texas Intermediate crude rose 1.2% to $79.96 a barrel. Gold futures fell 0.1% to $1,944.60 an ounce. In conclusion, we'd like to thank you for watching Market Briefing, market analysis, and financial news. If you enjoyed our insights and found the information helpful, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to our channel to stay updated with future analyses. Thank you again for your support, and we'll see you soon with more interesting news. Remember, the information in this video is purely informational and does not constitute investment advice. Always consult with a professional before making financial decisions.